10 minutes later, we see paramedics running in. And so we're looking out the window. We're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, holy shit. You had to have a container, a dispenser of hand sanitizer in each room. This fucking kid took the entire, like, quarter gallon bag of hand sanitizer and drank the entire thing.
Whoa.
I am not kidding. Telling him the entire time. She would walk by and I'd be like, yo, Troy!
Yo, Troy, go get your...
Dude, it was so fun. You sound wonderful, Jake. I can hear you very well. I don't know about the viewers, but I myself can hear you perfectly.
All right, chat, can you hear? Oh my God, we have 9 people watching. Okay, chat, if you can hear
let us know.
Yeah, please let me know.
Say something if you can hear us. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, so we're just going to be having some story times. We've lived some pretty crazy lives.
Baby! This is my favorite part.
Now, guys, I'm a total loser now because I moved to a totally different state and I don't have any friends, so I just work all day and go to school. But I used to get into lots of madness and fun with my friends. I've had my fair share of interesting nights, and so we're just going to talk about that today. We're just going to have a chill day, no big pressing topics or life discoveries. We're just going to be having
us just chilling and telling our crazy ass stories in chat. You're going to want to hear this. So pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, anything from rehab to peeing inside of Dick's Sporting Goods, just countless, you name it, we got it. So many things, just general destruction and what's the word? Nefarious
activities.
Generally nefarious debauchery,
diabolical
shenanigans
of any sort. All right, so Will, would you like to start us off with the story about rehab?
Where do I start? So it's interesting because I'm going to give you guys some context. You're thinking, okay, how many stories are you out of rehab? How long were you at rehab? When'd you go to rehab? So I'll give you the little rundown real quick. I went to a youth rehabilitation center for 61 days, and it was a sugar-free facility where you had to be constantly supervised by an employee. They were called CCs, care coordinators, and it was a pretty interesting place. Before we get into my stories at rehab, I think a great story time would be how I got taken to rehab in the first place, and it was pretty interesting. I don't know if anyone out there
heard this story either, so chat, this is new for me too. So
yeah, totally. I don't know if any of you guys have been involved with the youth rehabilitation process, but there's this thing and it's called getting gooned. And what it means to get gooned is when your family and your therapist decide that it's time for you to get sent away and go to a facilitation or whatever it's called. And so they know that you're off the walls and you're not going to go willingly. I know personally at the time I would have run away and probably decided that I'm not going to live with my family. If that were the case, go get fucked up somewhere else. And so my parents knew this and they said, all right, so we're going to have 2 grown-ass men show up, nothing, just 5 a.m. while I'm in my bed in my underwear sleeping, and they're just going to take me off, pull me out of my bed in my underwear, hold me arm by arm, and carry me away. And my dad took I would have run. Oh, dude, I had no idea what was going on, and I was like, I knew I was getting sent away because my dad took my phone. Obviously I wasn't getting kidnapped or something, but they drove me away, and for 61 days I spent in this center, and when I got there it was really crazy. So I get into the house because there's different houses for different boys with different types of issues. I was in the behavioral and substance issue group. We were called Bobcat. There's Wolf, which was Wolf was for violence. There's Bear, which was for isolation and like gaming issues and stuff.
Makes
That was a
sense.
weird group.
Yeah.
Weird group. But then there was other people who were there for severe substance issues,
Yeah.
and that was Fox. That pod was Fox, I believe. But anyways, these pods, these houses have 6 to 8 kids in them at a time, and those were my
Oh hell no. Dude,
those are my bros that
I
what?
actually wait. I'll actually no. It's different from college where you're like, yeah, it's more like a brotherhood, right?
Yeah, so it's like essentially this. It's sort of like living with your bros at college, but you have no free choice. You can't say essentially what you want to say because there's this thing called shift where every 15 minutes they have to take shift notes. So every 15 minutes they have to be constantly writing down and monitoring what you're saying, what you're doing, where you are doing it, how you are doing it. And these notes go to your therapist so that they make choices whether or not they think you should stay or it's your time to leave. In total, it's a 90-day program. Like I said, I got out in 61 days after running away with 12 state troopers looking for me.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Go into that, please. Chat.
Well, it was state troopers and town police, my town. We'll get into that story in a little bit. The facility was 2 hours away from where I live on a car, so we'll talk about how I actually got that. But when I got there, you're in these pods and you have your 8 essentially housemates. You have one of them is your roommate because there's like 4 rooms with 2 beds and you all share. My roommate, he was so cool. His name was Lucas. He was just a boy. I loved him so much. We used to hang out. We'd be in there. We would do the most nuts shit. We the whole time were scamming on how we were going to deliver nicotine disposals in and hide them in our Legos that our parents sent us and then put the packages in the ceiling so that no one could find them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but people used to do that stuff, dude. One kid he didn't bring it in because obviously he was stuck in. He took one of the CC's iPhones because they have a work phone and a personal phone. So he took one of the work phones and he like jailbroke it or something, got Snapchat on it, and was just snapping for like a month. And they just were missing a phone looking for it, and then they found it, and he got in a bunch of trouble. I'm pretty sure that kid's name was Caden. This Caden kid was a lot younger than all of us, and so we used to like mess around with him. He was in the pod next to us. I think it was Eagle was the pod next to Bobcat. And Eagle, this kid Caden, he would like go to sleep and he'd freak the fuck out and he'd jump out of bed because they'd put in the Eagle kids put frogs in his bed. And we used to just like, because he was just this kid running around thinking he was like the shit. He was like, fuck you guys. Yeah, exactly. You know, these are kids who are out getting into trouble, getting messed up every night, getting into fights.
They think they're mini gangsters, you know.
Exactly, young little wannabe thugs, and so it was so funny. And it's this little 13-year-old who's like, yo, and yeah. So we like to make his life a living hell a little bit. That was fun, but he was a good friend of ours. So, like you said, the sense of brotherhood at those places is so insane. When you're with a group of people who are going through a shared experience, you really form a bond really quickly, especially when you have no interaction with the outside world. All you have is you and the people that you're in there with. And so you really form bonds. You have no iPhone. You get a little TV time sometimes, but other than that, your best activities are playing catch, sitting on the front porch and sunbathing.
Doing nothing.
We had a basketball court, which was really fun. And then last option would be maybe talking to the CCs about how you feel or something. But that's really it. And that's dangerous because, like I said, they've got the shift notes. So you say one wrong thing, you're there for 3 hours.
Yeah, oh man.
Well, not only it's going to the therapist, but they're going to say, okay, you need to stay here for 3 more.
Extend your time?
Oh, yeah, exactly. No. Well, and they don't even tell you about it.
Wait, what? That's unethical.
No, not at all, because they're supervising us. We are essentially, we're being led on a path to righteousness.
Yeah, you're technically subordinates, so yeah.
So it's not lying or manipulation, rather than it is considered guiding us towards the right path or whatever. But it's also we knowing that they're trying to, as therapists, get the most genuine opinion of us.
Yeah.
And so if we know, oh, I'm here for 3 extra weeks because I just did that, then maybe we're gonna
do that again.
we'll be fake. We'll
Oh.
not actually improve. We're going to be like, okay, I need to not do this for another week so I can get out of here. And so they don't tell you. They're just witness what you say. You say something about drugs, you're fucked.
The
You're
worst kind of punishment is unknown punishment.
And you get drug tested every week. There's no chance you get anything in. It was crazy.
Sense.
There was a kid who brought carts up his ass, but he couldn't use them because they get drug tested, and so I think he got caught or something.
I'm not ripping that.
And he brought a blunt too. He brought a blunt in his butt.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Dude, the things kids will do. It's like you don't realize.
I wonder what was the craziest thing you saw someone do at rehab? Oh no, what did I just ask? Oh no. Oh no.
Dude,
oh no.
Dude, okay. Just listen, because this is insane. There was this one kid there named Alex. And this dude, he was pretty tall. He was blonde, skinny, and lengthy. He played lacrosse.
Repeat that, please.
He was blonde, really lengthy, skinny, and he played lacrosse. He loved it. He had these glasses that made him look like a fucking weirdo. But he's a super cool dude, but he had such a bad problem issue. And this kid was from like Alabama. We're from all over the country. The kids just gets driven somewhere saying they're going to Disneyland or something. But luckily I happened to be pretty close to home. It was still only 2 hours away. But anyways, this Alex kid, he's a tweaker. He did like meth, heroin, all those things, all the above. Alabama bumfuck drugs, like the worst of the worst. And he gets there, and he's one of those dudes. He goes up to you and he pushes his glass, and he's like, "Hey man, let me tell you about what I've been working on. I've been taping these together to make a weapon so that I could possibly, like, if I ever needed to defend myself,
to overthrow the facility."
And he's so, like, schizo in the way that he says it. It's like he's like, "I'm ready to fucking." Yeah, and this kid, oh my gosh, he was doing dumb shit. He got himself on the roof and threatened to jump off. He was doing a bunch of.
Stop.
But the craziest shit that this kid did. So we had to go to school. We still had to go to school, and this was in the summer. That sucked.
Okay,
but
whoa. Pause. You're sending me.
Hold on. Let me finish the story. Let me finish the story. We're at school for 2 hours a day every weekday, and while we were at school, the Eagle classroom was doing class and the door over, and we start seeing people running everywhere. And then like 10 minutes later, we see paramedics running in, and so we're looking out the window. We're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, holy shit. And we see Alex, and he's like gone, just not lucid, just totally just like out of it. And the nurse is carrying him to the ambulance. And oh my gosh, do you know what this kid did? He in class, because this was during COVID. I was in COVID. And so one of the requirements was that you had to have a container, a dispenser of hand sanitizer in each room. This fucking kid took the entire like quarter gallon bag of hand sanitizer and drank the entire thing. Whoa. I am not kidding. And got obliterated. And he was, because that's like pure alcohol. Basically,
yeah, like
pure alcohol.
The purest, yeah,
and he had to go get his stomach pumped at the hospital, and it was so fucked. Oh my god!
Shit. Why would you do that? What was he trying to achieve? Getting drunk? Like what?
Trying to get fucked up. Yeah, he was trying to get fucked up. People like that, they don't think. They're they're not thinking about tomorrow. They're thinking about right now.
I want to get fucked up now. Yeah.
100%. 100%. Well, anyways, getting into my next pretty big story is we'll talk about how.
Check Discord.
Go ahead. Check Discord?
Yeah, check Discord real quick.
I can't on my phone. I might be able to on my phone. Hold on. Discord. Looking up Discord. Looking up Discord. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Look at me.
Hold on, I can't see you. Fuck. Okay, I can see you now. Okay.
Good?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I've had so many interesting stories at rehab. I would say that possibly I didn't make the best choice on my 12th day in to rehab, which I made the choice to run away.
Ooh, hold on. Okay, so Will, tell the chat about the story you read and how you ran away and you said you got back home?
Yes, I got back home, 2 hours away drive from rehab. And so the story of how this happened, I was able to run away from rehab. It's crazy. I got 2 hours away car ride, and I had state troopers and cops looking for me. It was
Yeah.
absolutely
Bro.
yeah. And so the story is, I was a little kid. I had braces at the time, and so what happened is I was going to get my braces fixed. Hold on. What the fuck?
Sorry about that,
What?
chat. We had little technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry. Jake just fucked the whole thing. I can't open video. Hold on.
Did I fuck it up?
Yeah, you fucked it up.
All right, be right
Hold
back,
on.
chat. Hold on. No,
I know we're good.
We're good. Never mind.
We're good now. Just don't hang up the FaceTime call.
You did, not me.
No, I did not.
I didn't. All right, never mind.
All right.
Anyway,
then it was the Lord Almighty. Anyways, I'm gonna run that back from the top. So we're gonna talk about the story of how I was able to run away from rehab, and I was able to get 2 hours, and I was able to get home. It was super crazy story because I was. Sorry?
I'm just sitting back. I want to hear this.
Yeah. So essentially what happened is I was 13 at the time and I had braces on. And so I knew that an orthodontist would only work on the braces that they have put in, because I was at rehab and they were asking me, saying, how are we going to get your braces fixed? And they said, we have to take him to his orthodontist. They know him, they have his medical records. And so my orthodontist wasn't too far away. Yeah. Normally they would just have the kids kind of rough it out. But what I did was I took the wire in my braces and I shifted it over to where it was sticking into my gums. And at that point, I got a little bit of an infection in there. And so I went to the nurses and they said, okay, we've got to take him to the orthodontist. And so I get them to drive me home. They drove me 2 hours all the way back to my hometown to the orthodontist. And as we're pulling into the parking lot, I remember it to this day, Corey, he was the CC driving me. I looked at Corey and he was like, don't do it. And I just cracked a smile and I booked it. The second I left, I had flip-flops on my feet and I left them. I booked it barefoot. I ran so far. I was running all over the town and I saw one of my friends, you know Jade?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I saw Jade and she was like, Will? Aren't you like at rehab? And I was like, I just ran away. Don't tell anyone you saw me. And I took off my shirt and I booked it because I knew the first thing where they do, kid in blue shirt running through Ridgefield with no shoes on. And so I fucking gunned it. And I went to my buddy Joey's house, and he wasn't there. He was actually at his friend's house tripping on acid. And so his mom opened the front door, and she's like, Joey's not here right now. What's wrong? And I told her what happened. I was like, I just ran away. Because Joey was my boy. She knew I was away. Yeah. And I was like, I just ran away. And she's like, you can't be here. I'm going to get arrested. I'm going to go to jail. And I was like, no, I totally understand. And she was like, here. And she gave me a water bottle and a shirt. And I was like, thank you so much. And I ran away. And as I was running away, I noticed that she gave me the same color shirt. So I had to just drop it. And I ran. And as I was running to my friend, Evan, you know Evan?
Yeah.
As I was running to Evan's house, my other friend was driving down the road, because this is a small town, and so she was driving down the road, Evelyn, and she sees me, and she's like, Will, what's going on? I'm like, I just ran away from rehab. I need you to take me to Evan's house now. And so I go there, I get there, Evan lets me in, and I go down to the basement to Evan's dad, and he's like, "You gotta get the fuck out of here! You're gonna get me arrested. I'm gonna go to jail." And so I'm like, I was like, "Shit, what am I gonna do?" And at that moment, my buddy James Hoban, he was just a big,
James.
Oh, me and James go way back. And James called me, and he's like, "Dude, you have to go home.
Yeah.
You have to go back. This is so bad." Because James has been like a big brother to me, and I've known him since 6th grade. He was in the dyslexia program that I was in at Worcester.
Got you.
And he calls me. He's like, "Listen, man, I'm coming to pick you up, but I'm taking you right home."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Listen, man, all right, that's fine." And he took me home, and there was cops waiting there.
Yep.
I walked through my back door, and the police had to ask me if I was going to try to hurt my mom or my dad.
No.
And I said no. Yeah, because kids are running them mad. They're like, parents send me away. Because some of these kids are.
Some of these kids are on. Wait, we're on Rembo, right? Yeah. Some of these kids are on cocaine, bro.
Yeah, so not on drugs because they're at rehab, but they're mentally fucked up. Like some.
Yeah.
And because there's long-term effects and there's a lot of mental illness and substance abuse that people are unaware of, and just in the therapy and rehab process, there's a lot of mental illness. But anyways, the cop is like, "Are you gonna hurt your mom or your dad?" And I'm like, "No, I swear I'm not. I just want to give them a hug." And I went and I gave my parents a hug, and I was like, "I don't want to go back. Just let me stay." And they were like, "Nah, you have to go back. You have to go." And they made me food, and then I went back, and the call ride back, this dude Troy, he's such a clown, another CC, he was driving me back, and he was like, "Oh, how'd that go for you, buddy?" I was like, like, fuck you.
Petty as hell, yeah.
Yeah, he was hilarious. He was just clowning me the whole time. Later, that CC Troy, and this is where it gets cool, like, that CC Troy, me and him got close after that, and I found out he had feelings for one of the therapists, and so I was just clowning him the entire time. She would walk by, and I'd be like, "Yo, Troy!
Go get your
Dude, it was so fun. It was so funny. But enough about my stories. We'll get back. I've got endless stories about rehab. It was 61 days. That's 61
different stories, guys.
Dozens of stories. Yeah, exactly. And so
in the quotes of AJR, one of my favorite bands, 100 bad days makes 100 good stories, guys. So
100%. So enough about my stories, Jake. Let's hear some fucked up shit that you've gone through.
Let's go. Let me pull out the notes.
You've got notes. That's crazy.
Okay. So,
well, my autobiography.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, yes. This is perfect. Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys about the time where the whole high school thought I cheated on the SAT.
No way, bro.
I shit you not, man.
That's some Lip Gallagher stuff.
Yeah, bro. I shit you not. Okay, so chat, you're. Excuse me. Sorry, chat. I'm a little cold right now.
No worries.
So, chat. I'm going to tell you guys about the story of where the whole high school, with about 2,500, 2,200 something students, thought I cheated on the SAT. So here's the context.
I got to hear this.
So throughout school, I've been kind of facetious, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically where you act non-seriously during a serious matter. So, and I was always like joking around and stuff, fucking around with the teachers, etc., not in that way, maybe. So
fucking around with the teachers, you know, Jake.
Oh man, my math teacher. So basically,
damn, bro, you better watch your mouth, bro. You got fucking.
I know. So basically, here's how it's done. SAT day comes around. I go in with this plan, and basically, the reason I thought I was cheating was because I had told them what score I was gonna get prior, and I said I'm gonna get a 1,200. That's a nice even score. It's nice. It's not too high. It's average, right? So I said I'm gonna get a 12. I'm gonna get a 1,200. SAT day
No,
comes.
average, yeah. I got like a 700. I'm kidding.
Excuse me.
I didn't actually take the SATs.
Good. You saved yourself a bunch of mental pain. SAT day comes, and I get that 1200, right? Just like I said. Now, about not five, more like 4 days afterwards, I get an email from the school saying they would like for me to come in. Thank God I didn't need a parent because they would not understand what the fuck was going on. But just me, they're like, hey, can you meet with some teachers from the board and your dean? And I'm like, okay, fine, sure. Yeah. I know what this is about. I come in and they said, so your proctor who was administering the test, they were aware that you said something about a score that you would get on this test. And I said, yeah. And they said, how would you know what score you're going to get on the test? And I said, I didn't.
Yeah. That's the most hilariously arrogant Jake answer ever.
Yeah. So basically, obviously they didn't buy that. So they did some investigating, looking for any scrap of cheating. And I said, you can look. They said, would you mind if, like, we looked around, did some investigating? I'm like, sure, you can, because you won't find anything.
That's crazy.
So simple. They do investigating, and guess what they find? Nothing. So I'm in the clear. I'm in the clear, guys. And they're like, so how'd you know what score you're going to get? And I'll be like, I didn't. It was a guess, and I got that score.
And they thought you were cheating on the SAT?
Yeah, because I predicted my score.
That's crazy. They should have just called the board of SAT. Don't they have investigators for that?
Don't you guys have special people for this shit? It's like I'm in court, man.
That's hilarious. Speaking of that,
as a joke to prove that the SAT is a joke.
Yeah, no, the SAT, I don't know specifically. Like I said, I've never taken it, but I also know
you do not need to take it. My cousin Jack, who's a successful financer and banker, didn't take it. Didn't even go to college. So yeah,
I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire, and I'm not taking it.
Exactly. You don't need. It's all just.
And I am going to college. And I am going to college.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you don't need to go to college, even if you are. It's great. If you're not, okay. Here's the thing. Here's my stance on not going to college. You can not go to college if you do something else instead.
Correct.
You can't just not go. That's not how life works. Yeah, no.
Life can work that way. It's just you're going to receive what you put out. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. If you put out nothing, you're going to receive nothing. If you put
you don't have to be putting.
You're going to get laziness.
Well, and you don't have to necessarily put out college or schoolwork. You just have to put something out. And luckily, people in college are in such a structured area to where they literally every day have to put out effort, or else they're going to leave school.
Yeah,
and so
to go there too. So,
and you don't have that motivative luxury per se, and so if you're not going to school, that's entirely fine. I didn't plan on going to college either, and I just didn't think it was right for me until I got a very good business job, and I did very well, and so I decided to go and do business programming, and I'm learning business management specifically, which is pretty cool. I know you're doing that too, right?
Yes.
So, quick question.
I want to open a restaurant eventually.
This is actually a great question. So how is it that I am going to a regular college to get business management and you're going to culinary school and you're still getting business management? Explain the credits and the degree for that. Okay. Are you going to have a business management culinary degree, or is it just the fact that you went to the school gives you the recognition you need?
Okay, so yeah, that's a great question actually. I'm glad you asked.
Thank you.
So here's how it works. It's, how would I say it? Like a sub-major, kind of. Because my major, quote-unquote, major, or I guess the program I'm in would be the culinary arts program, right? Mm-hmm. And then you pick your program, either baking or culinary science. And then you pick your major based on that program. I picked the choices for culinary science major in the culinary arts program, business major in the culinary arts program, or hospitality major in the culinary arts program. I chose business.
Is your what is your program in business? Because I'm specifically taking business management.
Yep, food business management. It's just us, but with
Okay.
restaurants.
So it's just a degree that's specific. So would you then be able to go get a job that would require a business management degree, or would you have needed to go and get regular?
Yeah, yep, you can do that.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Because there's a couple classes here that are all about like the business side, and I took one of them recently. So, yeah, you know,
that's really cool. Yeah, I guess that at that point it's up to the employer to decide what they want to do.
Yeah, it would be. But the degree is valid. It's a valid business degree. It's 2 degrees in one.
Well, another supporter of going to college is this essentially, and this is only if you plan on wanting to be hired at any point in your life. A lot of people who don't go to college don't ever want to be hired. They want to employ themselves. And so this doesn't apply to a lot of people, but for those that would like to be able to get a job without college, what's his name? Dr. Phil says this about going to college, and I think it's a pretty accurate statement. From the eyes of an employer, college is essentially just verifying certain characteristics about a person.
Pause. Happy 420 chat. Continue.
Happy 420 chat. Yes. So
I fucked
up. If I'm employing someone, college is giving me some type of confirmed information about this person. So unless they have previous work experience that I can go ask someone about, I know nothing that is confirmed about this person. Yeah. All I know is what I have met about them, all I have conceived in the conversations that I've had them.
And so resume, if they lied at all, like...
Yeah, and so with that, someone who goes to college, you at least know that they're capable of making a long-term goal and achieving it, putting in the work each day that's required, following it. Yeah, exactly. Paying something every month. And so it's like, you know that someone has a certain level of commitment to stability, discipline, and so it's like, work ability aside, if they're producing the same amount of work, the person's going to want the person who's gone to college most of the time, simply because if you're totally equal, and you know certain guarantees, the other person may be better, but you don't know that. And so as a business person, that might be a liability or something. And so, that can definitely be.
Yeah, the business world is tricky, man. It's a game. And if you don't master the game, you are going to lose quickly and badly. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ow.
Oh, wait. So since I was talking about food, this will segue nicely into the next story, which you... No, are you good?
Bro.
You good? Man?
Oh my God. I have ADHD, so I've been picking at my fucking toenails. I just literally pulled off my toenail.
Yeah, okay, Squidward, holy shit.
It's fucking bleeding.
Sorry, chat, TMI, but yeah.
Anyway.
So.
Oh my God. It's alright, I ain't no bitch. I'm just gonna sit here and try and get through this little pissy potty, and then I'm gonna go wrap something around it and hope my toenail doesn't fall off.
Simple. Okay, this will segue, since we were talking about food, this will segue nicely into the next story. So chat, what if I told you that I woke up one day and found a bag of rice on the couch?
Your brother is so funny. Oh my God.
So chat. Chat, the reason we're laughing so bad is because this story is fucking crazy.
Any story about this man. After this story, I can segue into countless stories about this.
A bunch of stories, yeah. Oh my God.
This person you could write a category of books about.
Oh, like this dude.
You could write a trilogy.
Bro, I was gonna say, this man needs a trilogy of biopics and biography.
Clipped. You just fucking drolled. Clipped. Alright, where were we, Mario? Anyways, your story, Mr. Schlabber.
All right then. Also, this is just keep in mind, guys. This is a 6-pound bag of rice. So, okay, context. We were throwing. I kid you not, by the way. We were throwing a 10-day, 10 days straight of party.
Wasn't it 12?
12, sorry. 12.
It was 2 weeks.
The 12 days of, not the 12 days of Christmas, guys. The 12 days of partying. Straight.
It was insane.
Just 12 days straight partying. Anyway, so context.
No supervision, nothing. A bunch of high schoolers just mobbing
in one. Oh my!
One big house, and there was at least 50 to 100 people each night. It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. And
I've got to say, by far, this week that he is these 2 weeks that he's talking about are some of the craziest nights of my entire life.
And we've had a lot of crazy nights.
We sent each other videos of those 2 weeks on a daily.
Yeah, on the daily, guy, and they still kept coming.
And they're just as funny.
Like, oh my god. So context. Now that you have the context, so I don't even just one of the nights. Okay, one of the nights. We all go to bed at whatever hour.
If we do at all.
If we do at all, ranging from 9 p.m. to 8 in the morning, if you ever sleep at all. Basically, so I wake up. House is fairly quiet. I expect maybe 6 to 7 people stay the night. Something like that.
Probably a little more.
There was bit. Yeah, there was
that many people on the couch.
Pretty good amount of people stayed the night, right? So I wake up and I go downstairs. First room I see is the living room. Couch is empty. None of the pillows are there. None of the blankets are there. And there's just a 5-pound bag of rice just sitting there. Just a 5-pound bag of rice just sitting there on the couch,
tickling your curiosity.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I don't even know why that's there, so I'm just gonna hold it. I just start holding it, just standing there, and then
pondering.
Yeah, pondering. Then one of my friends comes up, and I was like, yo, can you just film this shit real quick? Because this is fucking ridiculous, right? So I say, bro, there's a bag of rice on the fucking couch. And then they point to my right, and they said, look up. And I'm like, okay, what could possibly, there's bread on the ceiling, I swear to God. So I look
and the rice usually goes up there.
Yeah. And the rice usually goes up to where they were actually telling me to look. So I look up at the ceiling there's nothing there. And they're like, no, that up. And they point to a direction, and I look up there. And keep in mind that this area is a foot away from the ceiling, right?
A foot max.
A foot max away from the ceiling.
Top of the cabinets.
Guess what's there? My older brother is on top, sleeping. And he's genuinely sleeping on hard concrete a foot away from the ceiling. And he is
this man
out cold.
He would have had to go up there, get the rice, bring it down,
and then go back up.
And go back up to sleep.
Oh my.
On the floor, the rice on the floor would be one thing, but it was all across the room in the couch.
I really wish I could show you guys the picture. Oh my god.
You might be able to clip it up on screen.
Oh, wait. If I send it to myself on Discord, I can
paint a picture on screen.
Show, because guys, this is actually crazy.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Well, and while he's pulling that up, I've got countless stories of this man's brother.
Yes.
We were at our local mall. We were walking out to the parking garage, just having a good time, just hanging out. And us being the dastardly, toxic teenagers that we were, I walk up and I go, hey Mario, you see that shopping cart right there? You see that shopping cart? Why don't you throw it off the 4th level of the parking garage?
Oh yeah, oh my god, yes.
I was joking. I was 100% messing around. And this guy looks at me with a look in his eye, and he's like, oh yeah? and he goes over and he picks up the shopping cart and just throws it off of the parking garage. And I lose it because there's cars down there and shit. I was like, Mario, we gotta go. And we didn't hear any crash. We didn't hear any noise. We just heard like a...
Yeah.
So we run over, look over the edge, and the shopping cart is in a tree.
Found it.
Hovering maybe 2 feet above a car.
Mm-hmm.
I was flabbergasted. I was like, how is this possible?
Mario, you are like 2 feet away from the biggest lawsuit of your life.
Literally, oh my god, cameras everywhere. Dude didn't give a shit. We just got that far.
Yeah, that's him. Doesn't give a shit about anything.
Oh my god. Well, we used to run about around that mall, and like, listen, I've had to turn my life around to the point where I don't make these poor decisions anymore, but I used to do some messed up shit. I'm really good.
Oh, I know.
I'm a really good now, but I used to do some really messed up shit.
14-year-old you? Oh, man.
Yeah, leading up to getting sent to rehab back during the COVID days, we would run around the mall and punch the hand sanitizers off of the wall mount and literally just like do whatever the hell we want. I've got the Evan kid that we were talking about that I went to his house when I ran away. Mm-hmm. At that same mall, at our Dick's Sporting Goods, I have a video of that friend Evan inside of a tent, not outside on the front display of the building, inside of the Dick's Sporting Good, hissing inside of this tent display and running away. We used to do the most messed up shit. We'd walk around and kids would just have Trulies in their hands, and we'd go into a store and they'd be like, you can't have alcohol, we're calling security. And we would just be like, fuck you,
bro.
Dumb shit. We used to, so there was this apartment complex right next to our park. And one time, your brother gave me the bright idea of taking a roll of caution tape.
Oh my god.
Tying it to a tree in this apartment complex, tying the other roll to my backpack around the slip, and just booking it around this entire place. You know Casagmo?
Yep. No way.
But I ran around all of Casagmo just with caution tape inside my back, spewing it everywhere. And the owner... Well, in our town, we have a theater, or we had, I don't live there anymore, we had a theater, but it's still there, where they would employ people who are mentally handicapped. And this was... I gotta say, one of the most amazing things ever. They were really giving well-paying opportunities.
They saved so many people's jobs and lives, man. Like,
one of the best programs out there. Now, unfortunately, young Will Tyrant happened to cross paths with the owner of this amazing, nice.
Oh no!
While I was running through Casagmo with caution tape all over everywhere, and this lady loses it, full Karen mode, starts screaming at me, and I like flip her off, call her a bitch, and run away or something. And later that day, I was with you know Nate, younger Nate, and another kid named Griffin, and we were walking through CVS, and the lady walks by, and she sees me, and she's like, "Ew." I'm like,
just like
and she's like,
disgusting look ever.
She walks up to me, it's all on video. She's like, "You little shit, aren't you?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Ma'am, get away from me." And she was like, "No, you little shit. Don't you just like making trouble?" Totally deserved it, by the way, 100%. I was such a shithead back then. But she was walking up to me, getting in my face and shit, and so I just left. I was like, I'm done with this. Sorry, lady. And she banned me from the theater, and I went back like a few months ago, and or not a few months ago, a few months later, and there was no problems. And so I don't think she was active enough in the actual theater itself to be there to see me. The few times I've gone there to see a movie, she was more of a facilitator. But yeah, that was a crazy one. Your brother... In the park, there was this thing called a gazebo, which is just like a little dome, like a little just area that you can sit in. And it was elevated on a brick platform and stuff. And around the gazebo is a bunch of bushes. Yeah. And
it's surrounded by bushes.
Yeah, and we would go and hang out in this gazebo in the middle of the park and just do the most dumb shit ever.
Dumb shit ever.
And we used to light fires in the middle of the gazebo with because there was gravel everywhere for walking paths. So we'd go get gravel, make a circle, fill it with sticks and shit, and then light it on fire and sit there and smoke weed and shit. Now,
1000% Mario.
how the police did not come, I don't know. Now, we lived in one of the safest towns in America, so I'm sure they just like to keep good ratings on the police reports. But on the other hand, we're in the middle of their beautiful town lighting fires in their gazebo.
Yeah.
Carving into it, climb on top of it. We would do the dumbest shit. They'd put a Christmas tree in the middle of it during, like, Christmas, and we would go destroy it. Like, menaces to society. And your brother, man, he was my idol. He was my North Star.
Why did you listen to this, dude?
The dumb shit we used to do. Your brother got messed up one night, went into the park, found some kid with his instrument. Destroyed some kid's instrument.
Destroys his kid's just like musical instrument, bro.
Nothing, and the police had to get him to pay for it. It was so bad.
Oh my god, and he couldn't beat the kid up because he was a...
I hope your brother doesn't get mad at us for just bombing stories about him on the internet.
If you ever end up watching this, I love you.
Sorry, bro.
I love you, bro.
If you don't ever see this, that means it didn't blow up enough.
So yeah, that means it didn't blow up enough. Chat, that's your job.
Yeah, that's your job, chat.
Clip this shit
blow up.
Because I know you guys are gonna clip the fuck out of this episode. So yeah.
Looks away. I know you. Oh, hopefully. Yo, I have work at 5 though, so I actually gotta start getting ready to go.
Oh, wait. Can you do 3 more minutes so we can hit an hour?
Oh yeah, 100%. Let's get it done.
I have
in those
more stories.
for it, bro.
I have a college story.
Oh, let me hear it.
All right, so Chad, let me tell you about the time where I had to walk around a college campus at 3 a.m. to find my friend.
Sounds like a pretty mundane college experience.
Believe it or not, yeah, that happens more often than you think. So I'm going to go quick since we'll have to leave soon. So basically, I'm going to keep it extremely short. We have a group of 6 friends, me, my roommate, and our 4 friends, and the person in question, a girl named Brooke. She's like the school's Ava, kind of like that. So...
what do you mean? Unless I'm going to get you...
Huh?
Unless I'm gonna get you in trouble.
What? No. It's like a little sister type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, kind of like that. So think about it like So we have a little dorm party kind of thing, and Brooke gets fucked up, too fucked up, and then I go to the bathroom, and then all the other guys were watching a movie and shit. I go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. I come out and I'm like, guys, where's Brooke? And then they all turn around. They're like, she's right.
Gone.
Where the fuck is Brooke? And I'm like, did you not see her leave? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. So I'm like, okay, so now I have to go find her because it's 3 a.m. and she's and she's not here. So I walk outside, and I'm not gonna keep it short here. I find her hiding in the bushes by the main building. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm playing hide and seek. I'm like,
sounds like a interesting young lady.
I'm just sitting there like, I'm too old for this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And she was older than me too. That's what
really?
That's what made it funnier.
Yo, man, there's some people that just don't leave their childhood.
She's just petite. So and I'm like, what the? And I'm like, guys, can you help me get her? And I tried to like get her back in, and she's acting like a fucking dog that wants to play. And I'm like, no, come fucking here. It's 3 a.m. Let's get inside.
Yeah, she's having her fun.
Yeah, and it took us until 4:15.
4:15, damn. That's a long time.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's a long time to find a lady, man.
Hide and seek, like, it was so strange.
I'll tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, and I ain't going to say it again, all right? So you listen good. If you're out looking for a lady, and you're looking past 4:15 in the morning, you're best off getting your butt home.
I'm gonna say. I was like, why do I even bother? Oh yeah, because it's one of my friends that I have to fucking find before they like kill themselves. I don't know.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
Friends can be weird at times because they can do things that are unexpected, and it is on you because you are emotionally dependent on the connection
Yep.
to find them, protect them,
Find him
and make
and
sure they're okay.
protect him. Oh yeah, I got the
And
picture pulled up.
oftentimes, they're just gonna be doing some
Okay.
dumb shit.
You're gonna be doing
Okay,
some
like
dumb
playing,
shit, okay?
like playing hide and seek. Okay, and
Okay.
so, if you're looking for someone past 4:15 in the morning, okay,
It's
and
gonna
they're
be
playing hide
bitch.
and go seek in front of a building for the school, you're better off leaving.
You better not leave him. Oh yeah, I got the picture pulled up. I got the
You've got to build a wall. You've got to make it great.
yeah.
It's gonna be
It's
huge.
gonna be
Nobody
huge.
can hide. No one can hide in this fabulous wall. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna block all of the petite girls from playing hide and go seek.
Okay, here's
Make
chat.
America,
So
make
chat
America
here.
big again.
Oh my
No more
god, the picture
petite.
even got
Make
you.
America big. What?
Okay, so chat, this is the picture I was talking about. I got it pulled up. Give me one
This is
second.
Mario.
All right, so chat, give me 1 second.
Bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum,
Bum,
bum, bum.
bum.
I'm gonna have to switch. Switch.
Bro,
Oh my
those 2 weeks was
god,
crazy.
bro.
Oh, well, on that note, I've gotta go.
Okay, yo, chat. Oh my god, thank you.
Thank you so
Whoever
much for
tuned
joining
in to watch
today,
this
guys.
crazy ass shit, thank you. Unfortunately, we have to go. So, as
I've got
always,
work.
have a good day.
I'm not a lazy
And
piece
we'll
of
see
shit.
you guys
So,
next week.
yeah, it was great talking to you guys, though. Good reminiscing about my old times of debauchery.
Yeah, this was fantastic.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It was so
Alright,
great to talk.
chat. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good day, chat.
Have a good night, guys.